Well, it's that time again when you're gonna be very much influenced to the core because I'm gonna be asking very important questions. Something as important as, feelings versus facts, why feelings over facts was bullshit. I told you guys about that, but it goes a little bit deeper than that. So we're gonna talk about choices and following your heart instead of your mind, which is quite a fucking suicide, I would say. Even though, yes, following the mind is like a paralysis thing, not really. It's more of a stage in your life. You are eating a bunch of leaves, experience like a fucking little worm. You get yourself into a cocoon of your mind, the ultimate paralysis, and then you come out of a butterfly when you get the chance to come out. Sometimes you get fucking eaten as a cocoon and there's nothing you can do about it, and you did not make the choice. Someone else did. But, it is what it is, man. And there was still choice involved in you getting eaten. But it's not like you had a choice to defend yourself in any way you were not even aware. And, usually when that happens, you don't really care, because you did the best you can. There's also a question of what the fuck is cancer? Is that a choice somehow? That would trigger a lot of people. Is being gay a choice? For some reason, being a woman is a choice, which is very weird to me. Is being a man a choice though? um, being fat, is that a choice? Being disabled is probably not a choice. Do they all fall into the same category? Pretty much. I would say most most people don't want to be unfortunate. They don't make the choice to be unfortunate. But sometimes they don't see it as being unfortunate. They follow their heart and they think it's actually a good thing because well they enjoy it in some extent. Some people enjoy being gay so much that they identify as such, and same goes with being a woman. Oh, I enjoy it so much. I want to be a woman so much. Yeah, dude. I also want to be a tree and provide infinite amount of oxygen. Not sure how that's gonna work out for me, guys. Not sure how my future looks like. So, all of these ideas are very much unfortunate in trying to be like, oh, I'm not gonna fat shame people anymore. Nobody cares about your opinion anyways. As long as you don't try and stop other people from fat shaming or gay shaming or whatever, dude. Don't try and do that. I'll tell you that much. That is a terrible choice. If you have nothing to do with these choices that other people made, you don't want to do the choice and spread your opinion out there as if you actually have one. Because that's a tough one, dude. But I want to defend these people. These people don't deserve defense. They either... It doesn't even matter whether they made the choice or they didn't. Alright? What matters is that they're outcasted and they have to live their life that way. And it's a terrible life to live. And by defending them, you're not doing anything, technically, because they're going to be attacked over time anyways. Alright? They're taking damage over time anyways. They're losing their mind anyways. So you're not doing anything by defending anyone that's a minority. Except races are not minorities, unfortunately. If you see races, there's something wrong with you. You're racist if you see races. Because all I see is just human beings that have influence. That's, yes, color of your skin or being a man or a woman is a flavor of a person, but it doesn't necessarily define who you are in any way. Okay, you might have some kind of culture, and I might suggest that you might have, whether you Asian or black, or Hispanic or whatever, right? I I will suggest to myself that I should test that first. What kind of culture you have, because it might be completely different from what I think. But it's probably a good idea to test anyone's culture and their mindset and where they are in life. It's just a normal thing to do. So yeah, before you judge a person, you might want to test their background. I think it's self-explanatory, and if you're interested in a person and not curious, but you trying to detect racism or any kind of ism that you don't like, it's very difficult. You shouldn't even try, honestly, because you're just confusing yourself at this point. You can't control this stuff, okay? Most 99% of people on the internet don't know how to express their opinions yet. Okay? The best thing they can do is just spit out some facts, but they can't actually interact with people. People barely know that Discord exists, and Discord is the best place to share opinions. Okay? The fact that Andrew Tate had a Discord kind of makes me think that he got at least 10% of his experience from that place alone. Because that's how you do it. And the way you discover it is, you gotta appreciate the man. Anyone who discovers this and actually finds utility in Discord. And for me, I would invest millions and millions. If I was Elon Musk, Discord is where I would invest, not Twitter. Twitter I would set on fire. I would invest to assassinate Twitter. Not invest full force, but a portion. If I hate it so much, if it pisses me off so much, if it has too much influence, because Twitter doesn't have influence on me whatsoever, so I don't want it to have. I don't want to stroll through TikTok and see Twitter. But I'm not seeing Twitter, I'm seeing Elon Musk. And it's important to talk about Elon Musk because he followed his heart and purchased Twitter after all. From the very beginning, he purchased Twitter and he couldn't back out of the deal even though he tried to run away. And that's what happens. You follow your fucking heart and you get incinerated. And it gets worse and worse and fucking worse. It's a very interesting reoccurring theme, basically. A lot of people follow their hearts. And terrible things start happening. Man. Even sometimes, getting into a relationship can be a terrible thing. Especially if you don't realize what the circumstances are right now. Or where society actually resides. Just with the appearance of technology, you probably don't want to go outside anymore. You don't want to touch grass. Nothing's gonna happen if you touch grass, unfortunately. You're not gonna turn into a Giga Chad. And you can tell me, oh, you're an incel, and I'm not gonna fucking listen to you, because I'm way fucking smarter than you. Nah, dude. You have to listen, because, I thought about it. Okay? And you didn't thought about it. So, maybe you should do the work of some kind. And think about it. Did I choose to be an incel or whatever? No, it's everyone else's choice. Alright, the entire society chose me to do that. They could put pressure, but they couldn't fucking reach me for some reason. And I'm happy still. If I was unhappy, I was just roaming around the streets, trying to get any squeeze of interaction whatsoever. I'm not doing that shit. Alright? And I'm happier as I could ever be. I'm just a little bit concerned, you know. Technically, you can call everyone an incel now. And you're probably gonna be right most of the time. Because people can't afford buying houses or creating families anymore. That shit's unaffordable, dude. That shit's gonna drive you insane if you try and do that. Leave that for, Indians. Whenever they decide to invade the rest of the world, they can shit out babies like it's nothing, dude. Alright? Most of the time, if we're struggling with something and someone else is not struggling with that thing, do you still try and outcompete that fucking dude? Are you fucking stupid? That's what following your heart sometimes means. I really want to fucking outcompete this fucking person, actually create a family in the most unstable environment possible right now. But what about the next generation? Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up, man. That's not your focus right now. The next generation, again, is generated. Just not here anymore. So, you have to think about it. I don't have a solution yet. I don't know what's gonna happen next. But I know it's not that thing that you're doing, because it's kind of wasting our time right now. And wasting time is the most immoral thing you can do. I know it's one of the principles already, so we haven't invented anything new so far. I almost made a disservice to myself because I kind of need to learn this and memorize this as it is. This is that fucking important. But technically, I literally just said don't follow your heart, and if I just not memorize this, I would be following my heart. Right? Most of the time. I mean, why would there not be a difference between the heart and the mind? Who are you following? Who do you think you're following? If I just talk to myself all the time and I'm generating thoughts, am I talking to my heart? Am I talking to other people? Telling me what to do? Talking to my memories? Not really. That's when you talk to your mind. That's a very good definition, when you follow your mind instead. Yeah, technically I realize all of these things I write could go directly to Sweet Spot, but Sweet Spot is for the outcasted candy that can't find their place. I think about something and I have to put a tweet about it, in my actual Twitter, and not the real Twitter. Twitter fucking sucks so bad. I don't know who would use it anymore at this point. Only addicts would do it. Only people who like self-destruction. Again, I already did a video explaining at least 5 things Twitter needs to fix. No, I'm not gonna double check. It's terrifying, dude. But this sort of mentality a lot of people have. If the biggest billionaire of all time has the mentality of following his heart and failing miserably, you must understand 99% of people gonna do the same exact thing, not even question themselves. And then you're questioning wait, so billionaires are lucky people with a lot of money? Technically, yes. I mean, you have to do the right thing plenty of times to get lucky. You don't get lucky without any skill whatsoever, but at some point you do start getting lucky. And becoming a billionaire is just unbelievable power level that is unsustainable by anyone ever. And these people have to crash and burn essentially, no matter what. We have to stop that shit, you know? Being a billionaire is not a fucking save the world moment. They saved the world, technically, to get the money, but now they have the money, okay? You must understand. Now they can ruin the world just as much, because they earned just as much money as they kind of deserve for providing value. So they can take that value away again, if they want to. Or they can just, do the worst thing a billionaire can do, spend their fucking money, dude. That is pretty bad thing to do. Usually what billionaires do and spend money on is buying assets. It's fucking amazing, dude. Buying valuable things. Not keeping their money, but buying valuable things. Which obviously skyrockets inflation. And it's a terrifying thing to me. It's not a trickle-down economy whatsoever, dude. But if the prices go up, people can't afford to participate in economy. So it's not a trickle-down economy, it's a rug pull economy. Whereas, I'll take the rug now. You don't get the rug anymore, unfortunately. I paid for it. At some point, money just becomes an imaginary thing that billionaires have. Simply the power to take away your stuff almost. Before you take that stuff. See, isn't that fucking crazy? Just because you didn't bought something yet, doesn't mean you wouldn't purchase that in the future. Like, it's not that difficult to set trends up and understand that whatever people are buying, technically they're going to keep on buying that thing. Nothing really is going to change dramatically. But what billionaires can do is, again, jack up the prices significantly and bam, dude. No more housing for you, dude. Nah, think about, try do something else. Yeah. I guess the best advice in this case is touch some grass. Cause that's all you fucking get, Mr. Homeless Person. That's why you shouldn't fucking be touching grass. Cause you have internet. And you should appreciate it, cause you never know when you're gonna go homeless. When a billionaire is not just gonna steal from your future, but is still from your present. Is gonna literally buy laws that doesn't allow you to be at home anymore. Or use the internet anymore. Some stupid shit like that. So you better fucking appreciate what you have and declare war against this fucking nonsense that they can actually even do that shit. But this is, again, it's a ramble. Alright? We never know what we're gonna get as we eat the fucking chocolate. We never know what's inside the chocolate. I just know there's a lot of it right now on my lap. And I know what I want to talk about is obviously that follow your heart. So, no, follow your heart is a terrible advice. Especially, where the follow your heart ends up at, You want to play lottery? I still don't know how to spell lottery, guys. But it is what it is. This where your heart goes. It's like one big fucking word. Hope. Hope fucking everywhere. Christians have hope. Leftists have hope that their fucking minorities are not choices necessarily. That they really felt deep down that it's not a choice somehow. It's so deep. It comes... God's told us. God's told them, basically. Except their God is deep feelings. But the deep feelings told me to eat a lot of food and become fat. I didn't have a choice. But food tastes so fucking good all the time. Shut the fuck up. I don't appreciate fat people simply because they're different and not attractive. So simple to me. Alright? I don't know what happened to you, but now we have to look at you completely differently. Alright? Now we have to look at you with pity. I've seen a TikTok where people got splashed with acid. We gotta pity these people, okay? They are unfortunate people, no matter what happens. Choice or no choice. These shit happened to them. And we have to pity them. Probably not attack them. You know? I'm not attacking fat people or any other choice or no choice thing. It's a really hard thing to debate. Usually, if it's a hard thing to debate, then it's neither. Okay, don't worry about it too much. But most people have to be fucking warned that it is in fact a choice to do nonsense, basically, to become fat. You can still do it, probably. You know, there are stories of people losing their fat and gaining fat. There are stories like that on the internet, flashing. You know, the choice exists for sure. It's just sometimes you get crippled. Sometimes you get abused by life. And you don't see the choice anymore. You just only... It might even be an addiction, but you just can't change anything anymore. Because you don't see the same way that other people see it. You know? It's like becoming a porn actress. Maybe it's not really a choice for some people. Because they just didn't came up with the solution of how to earn money whatsoever. You know, right now we're in the greatest pandemic of all time. Everyone wants to be an influencer. Good luck, guys. I'll be able to tear down most influencers and show them what's up, basically. But I think there's enough social pressure to put them in the right place already. But there's not enough knowledge to put people in the right place. And I don't know the knowledge, actually. Because all I can say is that we have to make work more fun so people would do it. Because if people don't do work, things are gonna just collapse straight up, dude. So in other words, if most people follow their hearts, Andrew Tate is gonna come and punch you in the face. That's what's gonna come to you, man. Because eventually, your heart is gonna try and be an influencer, then you're gonna give up and just work a shitty job. I guess you will have time to think then, but you're probably just gonna be angry and consumed with emotions, and yes, you're still gonna contemplate of like, how do I solve this, but it's probably gonna be very difficult to solve, especially when you are working intensely and you have to serve your customers and be nice to your customers. All that fucking nonsense, man. All that this is fucking death sentence for you, dude. 9 to 5, death sentence. Most people don't work 9 to 5 in Europe, I would imagine. It's 12-hour shifts, boys. It's pretty fucking brutal here. It's so fucked up, man. It's a death sentence following your heart. But I just don't have solutions for this shit. Because we still live in a society, and following your heart is kind of the only thing that you know what to do. But there is a way to transcend that. And then I still don't have a solution because I don't have a stable life myself. I should be dead, basically. And technically, am I not following my heart for just dealing with all these influencers and creating a heart app, basically, where I follow as many people as I can. And influence is about following your heart, basically. What? So what's bad about that? You would be misleading yourself if you had said, I'm following my heart, because usually when you follow your heart, you go into very dangerous and stupid territories that you shouldn't go. Alright? Trying to get a relationship, trying to get a really good job. Terrifying thing to do. You have to create a good job. You have to find a demand and fill in the demand and build a business. Having a job is actually a terrible thing to do. Yeah, you don't want to be controlled, basically, too much. Because, it's gonna stop your ability from growing, and that is a very immoral thing to do to yourself. Yes, jump into a job and master the jobs. It's not a big deal, especially if you get the resource that you need to set up your life. The moment your life is set up, though, you gotta stop and transition, basically. Now you get to be an influencer. You get to be an influencer when you retire. Alright? I'm sorry. That's the truth, man. And because it's such a big truth, it's now a principle, too. Some people become influencers because a lot of people wanted them to kind of retire into something, even for a moment. Alright? You play a game very well, dude. Here you go. I really care about you. Here's your $5, dude. Subscribed. And a lot of that accumulated, and they have enough retirement to retire for a few years. Alright. Who knows what's gonna happen next? The world is very unstable, but you have to be able to retire somehow. You have to find the time for that shit. Because that shit takes a lot of time. And it's not just editing and coming up with ideas. You also have to be correct. You know. If you're incorrect, oh boy. The shitstorm is coming your way. Right now, because the internet is still young enough, well, as long as you do the first two things well enough, no one's gonna be the wiser. But when the competition is gonna be more and more ridiculous, you're gonna be torn down if you don't have enough time to respond to criticism and other influencers tearing you apart, basically. So if you're not fully retired when you're doing the influencing, you're just not gonna be able to survive in this environment, unfortunately. And again, if you're not aware, you just have to open up TikTok and make sure the algorithm recognizes who you are and what you like, and then you're gonna realize there's a bunch of smart people in there with great opinions about something. They might not be able to connect all the dots, but they can tell you something interesting. And that should scare the shit out of you because there's tons and tons of people, and I can keep scrolling, and I never really find a familiar face unless I click that plus sign. Then the algorithm knows, I guess I'll recommend some more videos about these people. But TikTok has actually eliminated girls dancing from my feed, at least. But probably in general, because I came back from the hospital and it was kind of gone. So I came back from year of silence, and TikTok decided, well, not gonna get that anymore. And that is scary, man. Because now I'm every time I get to relax now, there's just a face after a face that I don't know and I will never relate to, telling me very truthful things that Twitter should be doing, but it's not doing. It's right now on fire instead. But, all Elon Musk had to do is not follow his heart, which is why my heart app is not following your heart. It's actually following your mind. It's a completely different thing. Because this is not about influencers whatsoever. It's about them coming together and getting themselves a fucking number, an evaluation. Alright? Am I really valuable to you? Because you can manipulate me as much as you fucking want, but the moment you have that number, you just fucking can't. You can't anymore. Alright? Yes, I feel about you a certain way, and you don't know how I feel, but I can at least assure you guys that I will also feel a certain way because of that stupid number in there. Alright? If it's high, then I will definitely care about you a lot more, because I already cared about you, I already invested my care, you already influenced me, so what else am I gonna do, It just makes sense. So the same thing Elon Musk should have done. Sat down, explored the internet, realized, oh, there's something called TikTok. There's also something called YouTube. There's something called uploading videos. Have you tried that, Elon Musk? Not really, right? So I guess you never know. Elon Musk should also figure out what Discord is, just in case, All I know that he successfully did is made 10 children. Some of which probably don't like him right now. But it's a fun little adventure for a billionaire to do whatever the fuck they want. Apparently. I mean, think of how outrageous is it to just buy up Twitter. It's pretty outrageous, right? Buy up a social media platform. You can't buy your way in. Are you fucking insane? That's not who should run these companies whatsoever. The real purchase should be made by the people who can generate the fucking ideas. If you can generate an idea for Twitter and it becomes realized, you get a very big share of Twitter, of Twitter's idea generation, share. And based on how successful your ideas are, your share grows. Your ability to control Twitter and its ideas grows. And where the ideas go, the Twitter will have to follow and grow in that, using those ideas, basically. Alright, so whoever is the idea generator, that's the one that people should fucking listen to. Alright? But instead, Elon Musk said, fuck you guys, I'm just gonna buy it. And I'm gonna be the fucking idea generator. It's not really a purchase anymore. It's more of a... Elon Musk is forcing his way into the throne. I really want to sit down. So, no, the answer is no. No, Elon didn't purchase it. He simply wanted to sit down and suck ass. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to sit down and be hated by everyone. Because deep down he should have known, whatever I'm doing is very fucking stupid. At least he could have admitted to that. Maybe people would respect that. I don't know. People don't seem to have respect for anything, so unfortunately, they will make fun of everything anyways. Whatever they can get away with, so... While Elon Musk sits down with his ultimate powers, it's just for his amusement. But in reality, we should be glad because we get our money back now. He purchased something that is on the internet. I mean, in that sense, NFTs are the greatest success of all time. Because now, the rich people decided, oh, we actually need status, and the way to buy status is to buy some stupid junk on the internet. Anytime you invest into the internet, I applaud you guys. Fuck yeah. Obviously, it's not the rich people's fault. It's whoever created NFTs and the social media, and it's gonna get worse and worse. We're gonna suck in these suckers, alright? I don't know how you suck in a sucker, but, you know, we're gonna do that. We should focus on that. That seems like a solution to something. We gotta have to make them scared as well. All these fucking influencers. Nah, celebrities. Influencers we can leave alone. Celebrities, we can suck them in by scaring the shit out of them. Oh, well, if you buy that thing, you're gonna be a lot cooler, actually. So please do. I can appreciate Elon Musk being like, oh, it's gonna be $8 for this checkmark thing, because it makes me think of like how it should actually work. It definitely shouldn't work the way Elon Musk tried to do it. Because again, anytime you generate a new idea, you must understand you have to have an escape route back to the original idea once you realize that your idea is absolute garbage. Alright? You must have an escape route. And for most of Elon Musk projects, that's not the case. Alright? He promises something, and then nothing really happens. And it just fails miserably. And people still feel like, oh, Elon Musk is a very nice guy because he gave me hope. Well, shut the fuck up, you asshole. You shouldn't have been watching the video this whole time if you still hold on to hope of any kind. Any kind of hope, man. But wait, I hope that one day I become an influencer. Technically, maybe you shouldn't mix things like desire and hope. Alright. Desire is something achievable, hope is not really. Hope just doesn't make sense whatsoever. Desire and trying to reach for whatever achievements you're trying to get to. I mean, that's just effort. That's not hope anymore. That's actual effort. Alright. Buying a lottery ticket and sitting back and playing your control-ass deck. That's just hope that your opponent's not gonna come up with some stupid-ass strategy to break the shit out of you. So, and again, lottery is the craziest thing, because there is no hope. Where are you finding this fucking hope? I wouldn't even call that there is a difference between desire and hope. Like, most people who think they have hope, they don't have anything. They just hope that they have hope or something. I don't know, man. The biggest... Here it is. Nah, we found a principle, basically. The principle mining video. So, if you don't put in any effort you don't deserve hope. It's quite fucking simple. Hope is for the people who actually did the work, did something, then they started sitting down and pray, please God, send me something that I could work with to continue putting more effort, because your effort shouldn't stop there. And, when I look into most celebrities, they just keep pumping out effort and they don't stop. And it's like, what? You gotta work every day when you're a celebrity? That fucking sucks. But I guess that's what you have to do. At least they probably started it and they can't stop anymore. And it makes sense that, most celebrities still kind of deserve to be where they are. Especially when, they plugged themselves into the system and a lot of people just kind of elevated them into that status. They definitely didn't do it themselves. Again, most people are lucky, and you shouldn't actually hope to become a celebrity if, again, you're not putting in the effort and other people are not putting effort into you. You're not going to become a celebrity that way, unfortunately. You have to convince other people to put effort into you, and trying to do that takes such a ridiculous amount of effort that you probably shouldn't do that. Alright? Too much effort is also pretty harmful. As I've said, that's when you start following your heart. Is when you put too much effort into something. Or too little, I guess. Makes sense. You sit back and hope for something, and then you grind every single day and also hope for something, when in reality, your world just falls apart in that sense. Alright. Yes, this kind of contradicts this statement, because now I have to clarify. What happens if you put too much effort? Well, all I need to say is, just don't burn your hope when you get it. Alright? Being above average all the time is kind of impossible, and you shouldn't try and do it. Just be above average enough times where you are in fact above average. But, constantly being above average, putting that much pressure on yourself, is absolute nonsense. Especially, trying to be the best is absolute nonsense. As I've said, trying to outcompete a person when you're struggling already. And they don't even think about it. Probably, they just have a certain kind of culture background or whatever. So, why would you even bother, You just gotta say, he's lucky, he's able to do this thing, but he's probably unlucky on other things. He probably doesn't have other things that I get the chance to provide. This is why I sit here, collect all the influencers. That's how I'll become a fucking influencer, when I get to provide something those people fucking need. I will be aware. No one else will be aware. It's that fucking simple. So I put enough effort to realize that. Just now, honestly. Because everything is not scripted, as you can already tell by watching my videos. It all comes out of my mind. Not some fucking memory shit. I'm not just telling a story time, guys. Story time, I'm gonna trigger the shit out of you. No, for some reason I'm actually generating ideas. All the time. So I own the internet now. Because I get to fucking generate ideas all the time. Nobody else is doing that shit. Just because I'm not popular doesn't mean that fucking I don't control the internet itself. The only thing I don't have is the, production power. Oh, oops. And if people ban me from the internet, well, I guess I will not exist, but the internet is gonna be a terrifying place then. Alright? Because it will remain as it is. And it's fucking terrifying. Because if I get banned, people are gonna be more aware of what internet actually looks like. And you don't want to do that. I'm telling you that much. Alright? People who have figured out how Matrix feels like, because it's a very interesting concept, it's pretty crazy when you get into the backstage and see reality of the internet. It's quite disgusting, I would say. Alright? It's a very twisted relationship. It's the same relationship as my previous video about Hearthstone. Hearthstone just tears me apart. It maximizes the hate, the emotional abuse. It maximizes everything. It allows power creep. It allows all these fucking crazy things because now it's just going max. Alright? You have to abuse the game. You have to figure out how to abuse the game. And it's the most fun thing to do, to abuse the game, even though it's abuse, and it should feel horrible most of the time. So what the fuck do you do, man? How do you handle this much pressure? It's insane. So technically I don't like Hearthstone, but I appreciate it so damn much. It's unbelievable. And it has had the greatest influence of all time simply by being on the edge all the time. It's like, that's where I survive, on the edge. There's no other place. You basically have to appeal to as wide variety of people as possible. And what we appeal to is basically drugs, okay? We're gonna be drugged out and get maximum experience out of life. And that's what Hearthstone does, and it's quite fucking scary to me, man. Oh boy. Because I know what I want, but technically it doesn't matter that much, does it? Also, very interesting date. Shouldn't Starfield came out already? Nah, I think it was delayed, obviously. As everything is. Starfield, dude. Yeah, 2022 11/11, boys. Except you don't see it, because the fucking calendar looks like garbage. Instead of using number, well, can I, please? No, I don't. Oh, man. But I want my 11/11. It is 11 years since Skyrim came out. How do I feel about the Skyrim? All I can think about is the activation of dragons, dude. You can activate dragons in Skyrim, and that's the stupidest meme of all time. You can play the entire game and not activate dragons, and dragons will not attack you or appear in the game until you activate them. And don't do that, alright? Don't do that. You're gonna have a bad time in Skyrim if you focus on dragons attacking your fucking favorite places and killing your people, basically. Some stupid shit, man. I don't want to do that. And most importantly, if you're in the highest difficulty, you just die. You just fucking die. You see a dragon and you die instantly. They don't even have to spit fire at you. You just die. You think you can communicate with dragons? No, you die. I'm sorry, dude. Again, a lot of people would do that stupid mistake and... Oh, I can just do gaming and nothing terrible will happen. Terrible things are happening all the time and we have to fight to survive. And if you're gonna be a gamer, well, probably when people realize that you are in fact a gamer, you do need to touch, not grass again, the internet, and convince people that you have collected some kind of value of some kind. Because again, the doesn't necessarily pull you towards where there is no value. It's just there's so much value that you will die most of the time when you realize what you did. So you have to run away as fast as possible. The heart, see, that's how the heart works, right? The heart will find gold and try to steal max amount. Alright? You basically, what the heart wants you to do is go into the bank, shoot everyone, steal maximum amount of fucking money, and try to get away with that. Alright? If you can't get away with that, if your heart thinks like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do that, that feels really bad. So it comes up with another scenario of how your heart basically is constantly generating. How the fuck do we abuse the world to get maximum amount of value? What the fuck do we do? What the fuck do we do? So this is why every single person sees me and immediately I have to press the ban button. Ban button, boys! YouTube authority is gonna see me. Ban button, I can't do anything else. I want to press that fucking button, please. Max value. But the question is something gonna happen after you steal my fucking gold? Is nothing gonna happen? Oh fucking boy. Nah. We're just getting started, dude. We just getting started. We just getting fucking started. Terrible things are gonna happen. Let me finish my, So we got Sniper, we got Tumbleweed, we got this thing. What emojis do I have? Very important stuff. No, nothing's gonna happen. Oh, the penguin one, the meme. Yes. My collection is complete. Although I need a better police car. Alright. I need something better for this thing. But I guess OG is gonna do just fine. Double checking. Double check if I'm the best person in the universe and I actually have. That's for me. Chicken rank, dude. Chicken rank is more of a meme as well. I don't know, cause this like, you know what's coming for you, you know. So maybe we need at least one OG to make sense of things, and everything else is kind of memes that you wouldn't be able to understand until it happens to you. No, let's think in those terms. Nothing's gonna happen to you. But it's almost like you did bought a lottery ticket, you did ban me. Well, let's see what happens, dude. Let's see what fucking happens. Do you get more money out of it? You get more clout? You get less. Let's see what happens. Hope, boys. These people are full ass of hope that they don't deserve to have. We gotta rip it apart. You bought lottery. I mean, only bad things can happen to you if you bought lottery. You know, if you created some instability in the world, where, if that's what you wanted to do, the same thing's gonna happen to you. A lot of people will play lottery out of you, and most of the time the lottery is called, wait for the influencer to get cancelled lottery. I suggest you guys invest as much into this lottery as possible, because I feel like this is actually the most lucrative shitcoin you can buy into right now. Oh my god. Please buy more of those. Because everyone's gonna get cancelled left and right. No one is moral enough to actually sustain themselves through the wave of moral people just attacking them straight up once they figure out what it is. You know? And immoral people too. Because once immoral people figure out, oh, there's something called morality and I can use it as a weapon? Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's see what I can do with this new weapon, dude. So, good luck, guys. The war is declared against these assholes who think they can just press ban button as fast as possible. No questions asked. Nothing, man. No ability for me to stop you from pressing that ban button and falling in love with you because you have so much power and I want to take it away from you and we could have such great relationship and so many babies, more than Elon Musk could ever have. Alright? Dude, it's a terrible mistake to make because it just makes me angry and makes me way more powerful because now I have to think about how to fucking kick your ass now. And you bet, someone who keeps constantly thinking of how to kick your ass will eventually kick your fucking ass. So don't worry about that shit. You think I'm talking to a wall? I'm breaking my wall with my shouts, okay? I'm practicing my dragon shouts right now, alright? Dragon shouts is not about talking to dragons. It's showing the power of the dragon with your mouth, okay? It's that fucking simple. And no amount of slappery is gonna stop me. If the best you can do is slap me in the face, then I will not keep your, whatever you care about name out of your mouth. Out of my mouth, actually. And you will not be able to keep my dick out of your mouth, so... It's fair. It's very fair, dude. Actually, this is not correct. I want to give chicken rank as the more dominant meme to tell you guys that what you're probably gonna do when you see this, you're gonna get scared and isolated. You're gonna feel like in a pandemic again. Back into pandemic, boys! Except this time, all of the social media hates you. Because you can't stand up on your 2 feet. You got chickened out, man. Obviously, killing a chicken is a big crime. But turning people into chicken, not so much. I think you can actually do that. I think you can actually use the Wabbajack to turn creatures into other creatures and nobody's gonna get mad at you, but killing a creature, attacking a creature, attacking a chicken, that is, the entire village is gonna fucking smash you, dude. Don't do that. Don't attack creatures. You can transform all you want. Just don't attack, okay? But the Wabbajack is probably very unstable and sometimes it actually deals damage, so be careful with that one. Just saying, dude. So I'm not saying that you can't just transform people and get away with that too easily. No. Nah, dude. I just realized, if we talk about Skyrim, might as well give some credit to Skyrim. Fuck you, Toddy. Alright, that's fine. I should have given more credit to Elon Musk and, you know, I still respect Elon Musk for being a shit show for the rest of the internet to consume. It's the most entertaining thing to ever happen. It should have happened on YouTube, though. How am I gonna do YouTube Rewind with this shit? It's not good enough for me, man. God damn it. Will Smith has more meaning for YouTube Rewind than Elon Musk. Alright? So I don't know what to do about it. But he's my influencer, so I have to put him in the Rewind somehow. Or invite him in. Just like any random celebrity back in the day, you know? The Rock is in the Rewind. Very lucrative thing. He probably bought himself into that position. Even if he didn't spend money because, well, YouTube needed more clout of some kind. Instead, they got hate after hate, and it got worse and worse until YouTube couldn't control themselves and throw themselves off a cliff Basically, what Will Smith was staring at from the very beginning of the video was YouTube just falling down off a cliff. So, I got a notification. It hurt. Something like that. Ah, fucking crazy, man. Crazy world. We already survived 1 hour. So what are we gonna do next? I've pretty much proven the following hard thing, and that the choice thing is very weird. I didn't really expand into anything, but the hard thing is like what I wanted to talk about, and I think I did enough. I mean, stacking up two principles is pretty valuable for me. So yeah, we do have to talk about choices because, again, your heart might want to commit suicide and attempt to become a part, not just infiltrate, because infiltration is completely the opposite. You're trying to destroy the community, but sometimes you want to become a part of the community because you feel like they're getting a lot of gold, but it's the same shit. Every single community is going to do the same shit to you. You think you're gonna abuse something by becoming a part of a pyramid scheme? I'm sorry, dude. You think you're gonna climb that pyramid easily? And without effort as well? That shit's even harder. I would rather climb up a pyramid of principles and learning how life actually works instead of climbing a very specific pyramid where the higher you climb, the more deranged you are from reality. And being on top of the pyramid still doesn't give you the right to feel decent in any way. The only way you climb to the top of the pyramid is if you convince people that you're crippled and you need pity points. So you literally climb a pyramid of self-destruction. Alright? And good luck if you don't commit suicide by doing so. Alright? If it happens to you, it happens. And you naturally are entitled to climb the pyramid. The pyramid is not there to be climbed by random fucking people who want to pretend that I'm disabled or I have some kind of mental illness or some fucking bullshit like that. Shut the fuck up about it, okay? I mean, I have so much less respect for Lily Pons because, like, she just flexed her mental illness as if she has one. You know, I don't believe in mental illness, and I certainly don't believe in mental illness for celebrities. Fucking celebrities, for famous people. Get the fuck out of here. Shove enough money into your mouth. You don't have mental illness for that amount of time. Alright? Having infinite amount of free time means you just, by default, don't have mental illness because you can't possibly do any damage. Alright? Having mental struggles and illness when you are in the workplace, alright, is a terrifying thing because you can lose your job, you can lose your entire well-being. That's when it fucking hits the hardest. So these fucking celebrity fucking assholes, I'm gonna lose my job, but I still have plenty of millions to survive for the rest of my life. Shut the fuck up, man, about mental illness. Selena Gomez also has to shut the fuck up, despite how much I respect her. Being top 5 doesn't allow you to fucking talk about mental illness. And not get punched in the face. Real hard. Alright? But I guess it makes people talking, so I can't complain, right? I'm just saying, you can't get credit for that. Alright? Just by allowing people to talk about it, you don't get credit for that. Because a lot of people are just delusional anyways, and they're not talking about it. They're just collecting memories and following their heart eventually, and being assholes, as they normally are, no matter what topic they're on top of. They're gonna shit on that topic, and I'll have to clean it later. So it doesn't fucking matter if you give more awareness to mental illness, which you don't fucking have. Alright? I'm sorry, dude. In order to have mental illness or have a disability of some kind, you have to be disabled. You have to not be able to do something that you have to do. Not you want to do, you have to do. That's the real disability. Oh, I can't work. Why can't you work? Alright? Prove. Prove, because now the government has to give pity points to you, and that's a terrible thing to happen. Fucking prove, man. I proved to the government. Indirectly. I didn't mean to do it. Now I get the money. I guess I'm disabled. And I truly am. I truly am, guys. Because I can't do what I want. I can't just go and work. I can't do that shit. It's too hard for me, man. What do I do? What do I do? And I still get lectured. I go to the hospital and I still get lectured. Oh, just talk to people now. Okay, maybe you don't have to work, but just talk to people. What fucking people, dude? Tell me to touch grass again? Oh, fuck, look at how much grass is there to touch. Grass everywhere. Touch all the grass. Fucking level up your grass touching, dude. It's the greatest skill of all time. Be more specific, please. Alright? Oh, if you touch a person, the conversation will start automatically. It doesn't fucking happen automatically. It happens if people are fucking desperate. That's the only time when it happens. But we have social media now. People are not desperate. You can say hi all you fucking want. They're not desperate. And you're probably not desperate either. Alright, you're not gonna start a conversation yourself. Unless you really, really want to. Because breaking the ice is a terrifying thing to do. Because you open yourself up. You becoming vulnerable. The other person is becoming vulnerable, but if any of you fucking figure out, well, you're probably not gonna do it, but the other person is not gonna think about principles and gonna rip you off anytime they can. No questions asked, basically. They're just gonna be more willing to actually call the police because they actually know you. It's that fucking simple, dude. To get you in trouble, basically. Well, I know what this guy is up to now. Or am I too concerned? It's the same love and hate relationship. Yes, I could also imagine a good scenario. I talk to my neighbor and I get a safe space to express myself and extend my influence. And it's the greatest effort of all time, and I should mix things up a little bit, am I right? Fuck you, I don't want to do the work, man. That shit's too hard. Alright? I'm not here to compete against people who figured out how to pick up women. Alright, and start conversations. That shit's too difficult for me, okay? I stopped doing that. If you're so good at starting conversations, then make it a worldwide trend. So I don't have to think about it too hard. And whenever I want, I can just say magical words and the conversation starts. If I can do that, if I cannot do that, I'm not gonna fucking try harder. Alright? If I don't get a result immediately when I want it, and the only conversation starters I get is aggression towards me on the streets, that's the only conversation starters I got. So, why should I fucking do it? Why should I outcompete everyone else? And pretend that I know how to fucking do it? You know? I can do videos and I still struggle making videos, man. I cannot be, better than everyone else. But, at least I can give opinion better than anyone else. And I'm holding on to that full time. You can only hold on to one thing full time. And I didn't actually told the nurse or whatever, social worker in the hospital. I didn't tell her that. But she's pissing me off. and I don't know what to do about it. I would only get in trouble if I say anything. I tell you that much. And let's hope she has a lot of fun pissing me off. All right. You can't just sit there in a ridiculous amount of power to put me in danger, to put me in fucking handcuffs, to take my freedom away, and just be nice to me. Disgusting. Even that's now disgusting. Being nice to me sometimes is fine, but when you have so much power and you're being nice to me, you're not being nice to me anymore. You gotta get me loose. I'm tied. You're not being nice to me as long as I'm fucking tied. My hands are tied. And you just keep talking to me. It's like, wow, you're a very nice person. You did such great things. You have survived a dragon attack. But I will not untie your hands, because I really don't care. But, now it's just manipulation at this point. I know that she can't do much. She can only do her job. But even that she does very fucking terribly. Alright? Instead of doing the shit herself and creating connections herself, she asks me to connect fucking with other people. Shut the fuck up. Why do I even have to bother with that? What's the value out of it? Connect with other people. It's the most valuable thing in the universe. Everyone is doing it. Yeah, because they follow their hearts, right? It's fucking terrifying, man. I mean, congratulations for making it to hour number 2. You are watching still a proof of work. Alright, you still have to put your work and put your proof of work, and I might watch a lot of it if I want to connect. The deeper I want to connect, well, the more I will watch. So you do have to have some kind of value within. You have to have made very big moves. Alright? You gotta impress me. And then what I can do is just watch as much content as you provide. Which I already do with most celebrities, but I don't care about celebrities if they're not gonna interact with me. That's fucking, boring to me. Alright? And most people will find themselves in the similar situation. It's just fucking boring. Going one-way street, man. Delivering things to someone, just giving away love to someone and not getting anything back. No feedback. Means, well, bad things it means. We just lose. You're a fucking loser that way. And technically that's kind of the principle that, or the idea that the social worker was hinting at, is that it's very boring when you're not interacting with other people. But she doesn't understand the power of social media, that you can do that anytime you want, technically. It's just, you have to understand that consuming content is also somewhat an interaction. It's just you cannot send your feedback to the person. They won't care. So it's a very short interaction, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's, you can call it investigation of some kind. Or buying lottery tickets and hoping. But this time, you buy it for free, so it's completely fine. Alright? Buying something for free, playing lottery for free, that's a completely different level. Alright? Technically, you could say that your time is your money or whatever, but I would say shut the fuck up, and it doesn't really matter where you spend your time at. It matters where you spend your resources, because if you run out of resources, well, everything stops, and you just die. You effectively summon a dragon. All you have to do is run out of resources. And most of the time, again, I have to make the same Skyrim reference, but in a different way now. if you get bored, eventually you're gonna follow the main quest, which is how you activate the dragons. And, whoops, now the dragons are gonna keep attacking your villages and bothering you for the rest of your life. Is that what you wanted? Okay, dude. Yeah, it's, yeah, when you press a ban button, you are effectively playing lottery, because you're losing the resource of connecting to that person anymore. And, you're also angering that person, so he's gonna send you a lot of hatred. A lot more hatred that he already sent it to begin with. So, you know. I really wonder what's gonna happen to YouTube now that Andrew Tate is banned. And, his follower is also banned. I'm sure Andrew Tate will come up with some kind of, army to attack YouTube just for funsies, man. Just for fun. See what he can get away with. But the problem with Andrew Tate is everyone is just attached to his face, not really his ideas or his principles. Yes, he talks principles quite a bit, but he didn't really establish anything, I would say. So I don't know what kind of community he has to be able to send it to war, because that's the only move, really, when you get disconnected from where the most value in society is. You know, you won't be able to find that much value anywhere else, unfortunately. No matter how hard you try, you can't just create a new gravity point for everyone else to gravitate towards. That's impossible. Unless you create a greater website than YouTube, which is also still pretty impossible. So maybe you should just go to war. Do the best you can. But you have to be mindful of, like, obviously if you just send your army in, your army identifies as followers of Andrew Tate. All the YouTube staff has to do is very simply identify that you are in fact that and press ban button on you as well. And eventually you just run out of resources that way too, because guess what? Going to war is also a lottery for you. Yeah, if you're not doing it in a free way, where you're not spending necessarily the resources that you need. But technically, what you can obviously do, every single person who has access to YouTube should upload videos, should have as much influence as possible, until they get banned, on purpose, pretty much. They should do it on purpose. They should try really hard to get to that elevated level and get banned, essentially. But that's very difficult to do, because you're not trying to get banned. Obviously, you want to get banned, just upload porn on YouTube. It's not that difficult. You know, you want to be banned in a proper manner, like I do on Discord. And now I don't think anyone can break the world record of getting banned in 4 comments. Fucking try it, guys. I don't know. Tell me your story. If your story is more compelling than mine, you can have your stupid world record. But I really don't think you can beat that shit. Alright? It has been a long journey to get to that point where I could have done that in 4 comments. I had to emotionally destabilize a person so much and give such ridiculous ideas that his mind just blown into pieces, probably. He's probably still gathering his pieces of brain. Because now his life is completely ruined by these 4 comments. Nobody bans someone for 4 comments unless they're so fucking emotionally affected they don't know how to recover anymore. Alright? They're losing so much value so fast, they don't know if they're gonna survive anymore. So the best thing to do is treat me as an illness and try to get rid of me. Even though, that's not how you do it, unfortunately. So potentially, yeah, the thing is, being a woman is a choice all of a sudden, but technically it wasn't big of a choice back in the day. But now that you can surgically make that choice, now it's a choice. So technically, we're getting more and more choices. Instead of being disabled, you actually have a choice to become auto-corrected person by using technology, which is kind of fucking nuts if you think about it. Unfortunately, you still should make, like, smart choices and not cripple yourself. And again, being gay or even going left or right, either direction is gonna cripple the shit out of you. So, and these are like the most toughest choices to make. It's like, which side are you on? Don't pick a fucking side. You're gonna fucking die, dude. The only thing you're trying to do is not summon dragons. Remember that shit. Okay? Technically, it should be a principle, but it sounds stupid when it has dragons in it, doesn't it? So, I'll think about it, you know? But it is an anniversary, and I do like activating dragons. I guess it's a principle now, guys. Congratulations. Please don't summon dragons. You will cripple your adventure. I should have an arrow to the knee emoji, because that one is fucking useful. Let's take that one from the internet. Here you go, boys. Found one. It's actually pretty rare. As you can tell, there's nothing. But we got something, boys. And there's nothing here either. Usually, when you click on something that actually represents what you're looking for, you get more of that. But Google didn't do that either, so here you go, boys. I'll add this as an emoji. Yeah, I mean, your adventure is over once you get an arrow to the knee, once you get disabled in some kind of way. One of the most common ways to be disabled is have a family, you know? Get pregnant and get a lot of kids. Is it your job to raise kids? Probably not, right? But society told you to. So it feels good. Follow your heart, guys. Yeah, dude. Just don't cry about it when I say that you're banned from the internet because you have to focus on your kids a little bit more. Because your kids look like they're crying. Alright? It is really tough because the moment you're trying to judge someone, if you have kids, we're gonna judge you, but also by looking at your kids, and if you don't have time to raise your kids and fight on the internet, which you definitely don't have time for, whoopsie daisy, dude. It's gonna be a terrifying fucking adventure for you. You are very much disabled. I'm sorry to tell you guys. I've just looked at TikTok, and it told me exactly that. You know who told me that? Jacqueline. Alright? But I actually respect her a lot, and she uploaded enough content to exist on the internet in the first place. So fuck yeah, dude. And she also has an awesome husband. Usually men don't take care of children as much, so... Why is this so big, man? I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I just want the outline. I just literally ruined it. Fucking hell, dude. I don't know, I'm just ruining everything. It's fine as it is. Yeah, most adventures are over that point, except for one, you know, now you're an adventurer in a completely different realm. Now you have to put together people around you so you can create a society of people giving you pity. And other crippled people wanting pity as well and climbing that ladder, dude. You gotta climb it first, though. You gotta find it. Oh, boy. That's a tough one. That's a tough adventure. I don't want to do it, man. I don't want to be a crippled person on the internet that gets banned all the time, and that's to the point where I'm actually crippled, I'm kind of dodging arrows here because I know internet is a safe space. Nothing bad could possibly happen to you, no matter how hard you would try, as long as you don't infect your computer with viruses. Or, potentially there's more and more harmful things rolling out, but also there's more security measures rolling out. So, normally what happens, there is enough safe space, you just don't go venture out into the wilderness and catch a virus. Or anything of that matter, alright? Get scammed in some kind of fucking way. It's fucking very simple. I've mentioned race before, and again, thinking about race as if these people are somehow crippled and only leftists can actually take care of them with their pity points, that is also a very crippling experience, and black people should run as fast as they can to escape the grasp of leftists, because they're ruining their lives to some extent. But I don't know black culture, so I don't know what it is. But it's just fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy stuff out there that I don't want to care about too much, because none of it makes sense. So it will make sense maybe eventually, so all I have to do is just wait and watch. And maybe I can do a little bit of damage so it happens faster, And I can take some credit out of it. If it's a lottery I can play for free, I will do it. It's not a big deal for me. Yeah, some people actually think that education is much more important, but in reality, just following authorities and not doing any education, any real education that would improve your life. Just following authorities, is an advice. You can give that advice to some people. Which one to follow? All right, be more specific. Educate yourself. Google it. Shut the fuck up. Nah. Say subscribe to my channel and shut the fuck up. If you're not putting in the work, if you're not educating other people, don't expect other people to educate themselves. Shut the fuck up, man. I don't know what's going on. Everything just crashed, dude. Yeah, even... Okay. What? Come on, man. What the fuck is going on, dude? Jesus, everything crashed, dude. My influence tracker crashed. Discord crashed. This shit happened. And it's... who fucking did this, man? So stupid. Yeah, I have to restart Discord and hope it fucking starts. Disgusting, dude. Just randomly, dude. Okay, shut the fuck up, I don't care about that. Apps? What apps? Okay. Alright, it works. Ah, fucking hell. You can't just expect for people to educate themselves if you don't do it. It's like, if you ask people to educate themselves, they will educate themselves on how to counter your arguments. Most likely, of how to dislike you. That's what they're gonna educate themselves about. They're not gonna necessarily learn the same things as you did, which is kind of what you want to do to be influential, right? Also, fuck you for deleting all my shit, man. Whatever that fucking was. I'm pretty aware that there's nothing I could have done, and I had to close my influence tracker. And that fucking means I have to spawn all these fucking shit all over again. It's not that difficult, but it is what it is, man. I had to make sure it saves automatically so this shit doesn't affect me whatsoever. Like, it saves everything automatically. Oh, except for the positions of whatever is summoned. But even that, I could do. I could save that as well. It's not an easy thing to do, though. Like resummoning buttons. I don't care. Are we done yet? Because I'll think about it. I'll spend some time thinking about if we're done, because if there's something I'm missing, I need to know about. Also, most celebrities should be pretty scared, because we're coming at you, okay? We're gonna make you obscure again, and you can cry about it. So, use your fame while you still can to do something interesting. Just, and maybe don't stop what you're doing, but at least do something interesting. Talking about mental illness, not very interesting, but you know, you never know how it's gonna work out, and how the tables are gonna flip the next year potentially. I'm always excited for that. The biggest people right now may not be the biggest people tomorrow, so it doesn't happen immediately. We can actually predict exactly how much time it takes. So, for someone who has 10,000 points like Selena has, this is how many hours it takes. This is how many days it would take for intense days. Intense 21 days. You will see it coming. As long as you don't sleep for 21 days, you will see someone coming up and trying to beat and outcompete Selena. So, very simple stuff. I don't know what else to add. I don't want to meditate anymore on this shit. I tried, okay? I'm not that excited, to be honest. So, it should be fine. I said most of the things. Hopefully, you can't control a 1 hour video, you just can't. You either said a bunch of dumb shit or smart shit, but I tried. I was very excited about this, and now we have the part 4, and it will not stop there, isn't it? It's a new series, congratulations. See you guys next time. Hopefully, things won't crash every single time. Literally, last time I got banned. This time fucking crashed everything. Come on, man. Don't do this to me. Alright, see you guys next time.